You may have seen the candidates campaigning in this RMIT University student election. To decipher the names and the faces, we're talking to the candidates. Earlier on today, I met with Chaitali.
Hello, I'm Chaitali Bhanushali and I'm running as a General Secretary for the Student Union elections from Team Revive.
So tell us about Revive. Who are Revive? Now, I know that there was a ticket last year called Belong.
Yep.
Do you have any connection to that ticket?
Yeah, we stand as the same team, but it's not that we belong to any team as named, but it's like we do believe that we belong to the students and the students belong to us.
Now, why is Revive best suited to run RUSU?
The thing that I believe is why Revive would be the best suited team for RUSU is that we are really passionate about students, and we do believe that well-being and mental health of the students is really important, and from an international student's perspective, it's really important that a leadership should take care of that and should lead a positive leadership throughout the university so that every student feels a sense of they have the sense of belongingness and they belong to the campus, they belong to every other faculty and every other nooks and corners of the campus.
You emphasize international students a lot, and I was just wondering what were the concerns about international students and their involvement in RMIT?
Since I've become the mentor at MATES RMIT, I have come across a lot of mentees who deal with homesick issues. They get really homesick and they'll deal a lot with mental illness and mental instability, and I have tried my best to do that as a mentor, but unfortunately there have been some circumstances where I felt that there should be something more that the student union should offer for the students 24/7. Because I had an experience with one of my mentees. She was an international student, she is an international student, and she came across some circumstances, but unfortunately it was a Sunday, a weekend, and the university couldn't do anything, and I felt really bad, and that's the time when I felt really confident and really an energy popped into me that I want to do something for the students 24/7, and every other services should be available for every international student on campus in the university.
Now, what are some of your key policies that you're bringing to this election?
Since we have a lot of positions that we've been offered to, or we've been seeing the potential in the candidates that we have in our team Revive, is if we see from postgraduate officers' perspective that every other postgrad student is really involved in its academics and all the academic surroundings and academic responsibilities, that the person or the student do not get that time to get involved in the activities that RUSU offers. So the policies that we are considering is to serve services to every other student, just not postgraduate student, but every other student, right from vocational, from bachelor's to postgraduate to PhD students. And as I mentioned earlier, we are focusing more on well-being and mental health. So, and from my own experiences, we are majorly focusing on policies that are focusing on mental health and well-being for all the international students and all students on campus, be it anybody. Yeah. There's nothing that could be improvised, but definitely there's a lot that could be added on, because things change, and that's what Team Revive believe in. That's we're coming up with changes, and we are coming up with additions. We're coming up with new perspectives and new things that could actually benefit to every other student in the university.
So what are some examples of those changes and that new perspective?
There are a couple of changes and additions, be it a 24-hour library access, because I come from a Masters of Urban Design course, and we do have a 24-hour design hub access, but unfortunately we do not have in building 10, building 12, and when students need to move out when it's almost midnight. So I believe that students should get that deserved time to be on campus and have their measure time dedicated to studies, how much ever they want to study on campus, plus having free foods and free stress busters on campus, and majorly dedicated to their academic and other voluntary activities and stuff like that.
What is your team's commitment to transparency, looking outward to the university and within RUSU?
As far as I know, the student union, every student gives in some amount for the student union clubs, and they should be made aware of where their money has been used. And that's the reason that I'm coming up with this ideology that we believe in transparency within the students, with the student union club and with the university. So there should be a three-way strong communication and transparency between each other, so that students know where exactly their money or where exactly their funds are being used, and they are being used in a right and efficient way. So that is the kind of commitment and the positive leadership that we are offering from our team, so that there's a balance maintained and a positive leadership that that is taking all the students together, and having a good foresight for all the students as a good perspective and a good university life in Australia.
Now, your team is running editors for Catalyst.
Yeah.
Does your team have a commitment to independent media, and how would you ensure that media is independent at RMIT?
I have a fair picture of how the Catalyst has been working since a year, because I have a couple of friends who've been the chief editors in Catalyst, and we hope so, and we would work hard towards it to have fair inclusivity of all the content that would be having from the students in the university, and just wouldn't be posting content or having content from their perspective, but to include everybody else in their magazine as students.
Now I have another question. It's about NUS. So Revive is planning to elect NUS delegates?
Yeah, definitely. They would be trying and working hard to go for electing the NUS delegates as well. And we have a couple of potential candidates who are well deserved for the National Union of the Students delegate positions. Yeah.
And do you know what group or faction they'll align themselves with at NUS?
We believe we are not a part of any political agenda. We do not have that sort of a political agenda in the group, and we are not a part of any kind of faction at the moment. But if we would require to have that kind of faction, and if our ideology matches with and aligns with other people and other students to bring about the change and bring about a same kind of beneficial opportunities and responsible opportunities for all the students, it would be great as representatives. We are student representatives, and we are for all the students as a part of the student union, and we believe we get fair and equal opportunities for everybody. We would also like to make sure that every student has their voice on campus, and we as student union leaders would make sure that you come up with your own issues, and we'll try our best to solve it. We belong to the students, and the student belongs to us. So you don't have to feel that you should feel that you're home away from home. So that's what we believe in. Do vote for Revive. Thank you.
We're covering the entire student union election, so to stay tuned with that coverage, check out the Swanston Gazette on Facebook, Instagram, and on our website. I'm Lloyd Connolly, reporting for the Swanston Gazette.